Trans claims Bible had transgenderism, and fellow trans debunks the bullshit.
Has anyone ever told you that the Bible condemns trans people?
Oh, for the love of Christ, really?
What if I told you that just isn't true? This is how I'm choosing to use my theology degree.
Theology degree? Oh, goodness, I rebuke thee. No, but seriously, what the fuck?
As an ex-pastor now turned...
Is the new she that ashamed that you can't just say it out loud and admit it?
You know, the word transgender does not appear anywhere in the Bible.
Well, no shit, lady. The 1960s was the first emergence or popularization of the word transgender. Why would it be in the Bible?
Which does not mean that the Bible is anti-trans. The Bible does actually talk about people who don't fit into traditional gender roles, like eunuchs.
Does this look familiar? Is this where you got your theology degree? Honey, just because you read one book doesn't make you eunuchs were individuals that were castrated. Typically men. Chemical castration, I don't think is the same thing, to be quite honest. Because, yes, I know, when you transition medically, you do chemically castrate yourself, or surgically, then, of course. But these are people that are choosing that life, or as referenced, were born with certain innate characteristics, I suppose. Not every trans person is born with these innate characteristics, hence the quote-unquote non-passables that don't possess any sort of androgynous precursors to have a smoother transition, if you will. Eunuchs pledged a life of abstinence in offerance to the Lord. It was the way to solidify abstinence, whether they were born with lesser of a sexual libido or castrated later on. They were doing that as an act of devotion to their religious practice.
Eunuchs did not fit within the strict boundaries of how gender was defined in that specific time period.
It had nothing to do with gender. As I said before, they were typically males. It was mostly people that just didn't want to have sex or chose a life of celibacy. At one point, you could have considered me a eunuch for about 4 years, 21 and 25, and had no...
We do actually have examples of how Jesus speaks about eunuchs. It's very highly, and with a great...
Again, Jesus was literally highlighting people that didn't want to fuck. What? How do you... I mean, the only thing that I could probably tie into this a little bit is from male to female transitioners that are medically transitioning have a lower sexual libido, typically.
Deal of respect. There's no verse in the Bible that talks about being trans as a sin. Do you want to know what is named as a sin? Injustice, exclusion, hypocrisy.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have someone called the pot calling the kettle black. Anyone else see the hypocrisy in this witch? Yes, this lady boy. And it seems like you're being very exclusionary. The injustice that you are casting upon these individuals, influencing them to do something that is so chemically castrating. I pity thee.